Welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today, we are looking at a true titan of the fragrance world. So grab a seat and settle in, because we are about to do a rapid-fire breakdown of the absolute 1986 classic, Calvin Klein Obsession for Men.
Right off the bat, we gotta ask, can a classic from 1986 actually still dominate today's fragrance game? You know, in an era where so many modern scents feel, well, fleeting, weak, or just overly fresh, this vintage oriental woody fragrance stands as a towering masculine contrast. It is totally built different. Okay, let's dive right into this. We have a quote here, "This is not a subtle fragrance." And honestly, that just hits the nail on the head. It sums it up perfectly. Obsession is unapologetically powerful. It's bold, and it was designed from the ground up to make a massive, massive impression. You don't wear this to blend in, that's for sure. And because we respect your time, let's just put the bottom line right up front. Based on the data from our source, this fragrance pulls an elite overall rating of 9.2 out of 10. 9.2! It truly has legendary status. But to understand exactly why it still commands that kind of prestige almost 4 decades after it dropped, well, we need to deconstruct that score. Let's look at Section 1, the scent evolution, a sensory journey. So, when you first spray it, for those first 20 minutes, you get this really bright blast of mandarin and coriander, but that is quickly dominated by a heavy hit of strong cinnamon. Then, moving right into the heart of the fragrance, so from 20 minutes up to around 3 hours, it becomes deeply aromatic. We're talking resinous myrrh, nutmeg, and these incredibly warm spices. Finally, hitting that 3+ hour mark brings us to a highly praised, just totally addictive dry down of sweet vanilla, creamy sandalwood, and musk. It's a real journey. Moving on to Section 2, Powerhouse Performance. Now, what's really interesting here is that this fragrance is an absolute beast. Projection hits an 8.5 out of 10, meaning for the first 2 to 3 hours, people several feet away will absolutely notice you. Then, Sillage sits at a very strong 9, leaving this remarkably rich scent trail in the air behind you, especially if you're wearing it in cool weather. And finally, it pulls a towering 9.5 out of 10 for longevity. Just to put that 9.5 into perspective for a second. While, everyone's skin chemistry varies, you are looking at an easy 8 to 12 hours on the skin. And on clothes, a staggering 24+ hours. Literally, this scent will easily last over a full day. It is just monstrous. Which brings us to Section 3, Versatility and Best Use. So the really crucial point here is understanding exactly when and where to deploy an intense scent like this. As you'll see, Obsession absolutely thrives in winter, and it's a 5-star choice for evening events or date nights. It's really tailored for mature wearers, generally guys 30 and up, who appreciate classic masculine scents. But a quick word of warning. If you try to wear this in the summer heat, high humidity, or roll into a conservative office with it, it can be entirely overpowering, so wear with caution. The question you really have to ask yourself is this: is your collection ready for a vintage powerhouse? Do you have the mature confidence to pull off this timeless amber spice classic? Let that simmer for a bit. Anyway, that's all for today's Explainer. Thank you so much for joining me on this sensory deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next one.